Hey guys, how's it going? So I've been on the hunt for the best open style earbuds for the longest while and I finally found them. So what do I mean by open earbuds? First of all, these are small earbuds and they sit on the ear and they don't block any sound. And I'll get into why that's useful for me a little bit later on in this video. The Nothing Ear Opens were my favorite until now, and I have tried some of the best. I've tried the Sony Link Buds, the Bose Open options, and even some more of the other smaller brands out there. But after a few weeks of testing these, the Baseus Inspire XC1s are the first ones that really get it right. Compared to the Bose Open backs, the XC1 feel lighter and more comfortable for all-day wear. Compared to the Nothing Ear Open, the battery life on these XC1s are on a whole different level, and the sound is better too. And I'll definitely tackle the sound a little bit later on. The XC1 also edges them out in call quality, everyday usability. If you've been searching for that one pair of open earbuds that you can leave on from morning into the night, this might finally be it. Quick note here, this video is sponsored by Baseus, but they're paying me for my production time, not my opinion. Your trust is way more important to me than any brand deal. So why should you even care about open ears? For me, it's all about being present. I can listen to music or a podcast while being able to hear traffic, my coworkers, or family talking to me. I don't have to awkwardly pull an earbud out of my ears just to have a quick conversation. I know, yes, there's transparency mode on a lot of these headphones right now, and they work great, but when audio starts to play on them, you still can't really hear your surroundings. These days right now, the way my life is, I work from home and I'm not really getting out much. I might go for a run occasionally, so the little bit of times that I do touch grass, I do want to be able to hear nature, at least for like an hour or two. And transparency mode is essentially just microphones blasting artificial sound through the speakers of your headphones. So it's just not quite the same. But if you do need noise canceling, a wider soundstage, and even longer battery life, then the Baseus XH1s might be a better fit for you. I'll touch more on these a little bit later on. Let's talk a little bit about the build and the design. As you can see, it's a really nice high quality case. Just as good as some of the best out there from some of the biggest brands. Really like the soft touch plastic. And you're probably noticing that this has sound by Bose. Bose did tune these headphones, and again, I'll touch on the sound a little bit later on. And the hinge of the case is really nicely put together too. It feels just as high quality as, again, some of the best earbuds that I've had. And what I also do appreciate about the case is it's incredibly compact. It's only 54 grams, and the earbuds can drop inside either slot. So you don't have to like try to finagle which way it goes in. It just makes it really easy. So that's really nice. And let's talk about these earbuds too. The Bionic Inspired curve frame rests gently on your ear with 0 cents ear cushions. And these joints are flexible for over 10,000 bends. And I do want to mention that these are IP66 rated, so they're good enough to get caught in the rain with, and definitely sweaty workouts. What I like the most about these style of earbuds too is just the comfort, man. When they're on, you don't really feel them at all. And also, like I mentioned, they don't block any sound from coming into your ears from the outside world. It's even easier to forget that you have these on. So let's talk about the sound quality. Look, none of them are going to sound amazing. None of these are going to sound like the $600 gaming headset that's much larger than these small things. These focus more on convenience and being able to let in outside sounds. And even in terms of sealed earbuds, these just will not be able to hit as hard. And as you can see, when these are on, they never block my ear canal. They sit just outside of it. So the design intent is just different. But the reason why the Nothing Ear Opens were my favorite for the longest while is because these managed to sound the best. Not anymore. These sound much better in terms of the bass, the mids, and the highs. It's much more present. And I mentioned earlier that these are tuned by Bose. They did an excellent job tuning them to where they still sound natural. There's still a good amount of low end, as much as you can possibly get for these type of earbuds. And vocals still come through clearly. The highs still sound right. Cymbals on the drums still sound like drums. So even though you're not getting like flagship audiophile grade quality, it's nice and balanced. And I think if your expectations are set correctly to what to expect from these type of earbuds, you're going to be really happy with the sound. If you tried Bose's version of this or Sony's version of this, their Link Buds or the Nothing earbuds or some of the other ones, I guarantee these sound a lot better. And in the app, you can tweak the EQ, but I've just been leaving it on the Tuned by Bose profile. To me, that just sounds the best. It also features Dolby Spatial Audio, high-res audio, and and LDAC support. But to be honest, LDAC is nice if you're using Android and it does support it, but these don't have the sonic quality to really make use of LDAC. So it's nice that it's available, but don't expect to get much better audio quality out of this. I've been just using this on my iPhone, which supports AAC, and it's been more than good enough. So let's do some rapid fire on the core features. Battery lasts up to 8 hours per charge, 40 hours total with the case. And a 10-minute quick charge will give you 2.5 hours of playback. Call quality, it has a 4-mic AI call system. It cuts out wind and traffic noise. And even calls while walking or biking are actually usable. Comfort, I did touch on that. These Zero Sense cushions, which is like a little soft spot on the actual earbuds itself that actually rests on your ears. Plus the flexible joints mean no pressure. That was one of the issues I've had with some of the competitors. I felt pinching on my ears that became very irritable after a while. I'm not getting that with these. But I can understand if open earbuds might not be suitable for you, but that's why Baseus also sent me their flagship. These are over the ear and they are a completely different type of headphone. These are the XH1s and they have active noise canceling, noise transparency mode, and even a bigger and wider soundstage. It has 5 mics for call clarity and marathon battery life. This has been one of the best things about this. They sent me 2 of them in 2 different colors and I gave one to my wife and she hates charging things. She has an Apple Watch but never uses it because it's always dead. And her phone is always on battery saver mode because she just never charges things. Like, well, the thing that she loves the most about these is the battery life. 100 hours of battery life is no joke. To me, honestly, the difference between 30 hours and 100 hours doesn't really impact my buying decision. But within 30 hours, I'm going to find a USB charger. But if you're someone like my wife who just does not charge anything until it's absolutely dead, these are going to be awesome for you. Think of them as a companion to when you want full isolation and a more immersive and better sound. And the thing about both of these audio products is you can get both of these at a cheaper price than just one of the flagship counterparts from some of the bigger brands out there. And in today's economy, man, you just can't beat that. So if you're looking for either one of these Baseus products, I'm going to have links down below. And if you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions about these, leave a comment and I will get back to you. And thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.